Hello. I'm going to be covering the new Minecraft update in this video. Minecraft 1.18. So let's get started. So we have this big valley in a snowy slopes biome. Really cool. I love the new mountains that they have in the update. They look much better than the old ones. So these mountains I am heading towards right now are part of the Frozen Peaks biome. So we have a lot of blue ice up here, really tall mountains. Going up to the peaks, a lot of them are over 200 blocks. Above the block 0, which used to be the base of the world. So we have this big blue peak. Goats. So, the bottom of the world, by the way, doesn't end at 0 anymore. It goes down another 64 blocks. Negative 64 is the new bottom of the world. Here we have some more blue ice. I should say a lot more blue ice. That whole peak is blue. Now, if we go over here, let me cross the valley. This is a really cool location because there's like 3 new biomes from this update in one area. Here on the other side of the valley, we have the Jagged Peaks biome. Once again, these can get really tall, just like the Frozen Peaks biome, but as you can see, they're a lot more jagged, and they don't have blue ice either, as far as I know. But they can get just as tall as the Frozen Peaks mountains. I'll bite Spike here. And this is another thing, there seems to be a lot of these caves around here. Stalactites and stalagmites, that's a new addition. So, there seems to be a lot of caves with them and the stalactites and stalagmites in this mountain range. Here, show you the cave a little better. This is really cool. And it goes way down. And there appears to be one of those new aquifers at the bottom. Now I'm going to show you a bunch of caves in spectator mode. So once again we have another cave with stalactites and stalagmites over here. So I'm going to show you some of the new caves. So, like this goes way down. Caves are much bigger now than they were before. I like the amethyst geodes they added too. I believe that's what they're called, amethyst geodes. Geodes actually exist in real life, so that's what they're based off of. Don't know if this is a new cave or just an old style ravine. That was just a ravine, I think. So now I'm going down, and here we're way down in the world. So we have the deep slate layer. When you hit deep slate, you know you're deep. Hence the name Deep Slate. Uh-oh. Let me go into creative. So we have ores down here. Gold, diamonds, iron. The ore blocks for the deep slate layer are actually slightly different. What's this? A vine? I want to see if there's something over here, like a lush cave or something. No. There's no lush caves over here. I'll show you one of the lush cave biomes later on. Here we have a bigger aquifer than the one I showed you earlier. This one is completely underground.
There are also lava aquifers too. I don't see any over here though, but they're around.
Besides the new mountains that they've added, they've also added some really cool cave biomes. This is probably the most spectacular. Lush caves. Even though it doesn't seem to make much sense to me, I mean, you know, being completely underground. I mean, there's no sunlight. As a matter of fact, it seems like the plants create their own light. And here's one of those lava aquifers I was talking about, with water right next to it. So,
with stalactites and stalagmites. I don't know if they grow or not, but the stalactites drip just like they do in real life.
So this is really cool though. This cave is huge. Now keep in mind, some of these caves are much smaller than this. This just happened to be near spawn in my world though, but I've seen other lush caves that were very long and thin. Unlike this, which is more of like just a big room.
So now I'm going to show you the updated beaches. So the beaches over here have been turned into cliffs with stone instead of sand. We even have a sea cave over here.
This actually looks a bit more natural, even though it's still very blocky, but hey, it's Minecraft. Everything's blocky.
Big piece of rock just sticking out into the bay, or sea, or whatever this is. There's another thing that I wanted to show you in this part of the video.
I actually found this first, and then I found the beaches later. This is a smaller version of some of the mountain biomes. I've noticed a lot of them actually end up like this. They're just these small patches of rock. Or sometimes they'll even be like just these big solitary mountains. I wanted to show you this though, this cool vein of I think it's diorite. Just thought that was really cool, the big diorite vein. And you can see there's some snow. This really doesn't make sense. I mean, you have this snowy biome right next to a jungle. But that's Minecraft for you. Out of all of the new biomes in this game, I think this meadow biome is probably the lamest addition. I mean, it has its place. Essentially acts as not really a foothill, but like, you know, the edge of a mountain range. Or sometimes they're plateaus, like this one is actually a plateau. There's no mountains nearby. At least not in the vicinity of this. But, to be honest, it really is just a raised plain. Elevation's higher than the plains, but otherwise they're more or less the same. Same sort of hilly terrain, scattered trees. I do notice the flowers
and the color of the grass are different, though.
But otherwise, they're just elevated plains. That's more or less what they are. So this is one of the big isolated mountains I was talking about. They usually have some, or sometimes all of the new mountain biomes. Like, I've seen bigger ones than this. I've seen one that had practically all of the biomes in one place. Like, there'd be meadows surrounding the peak, and then you go up and it's frozen peak and snowy slopes, or sometimes jagged peaks. I think this one's just snowy slopes and frozen peaks, though. Here's what doesn't make sense, though, about the goats. Watch what happens when I attack one. It just acts like any passive mob. It runs away. Like cows, sheep, chickens, etc. So you can attack them all day, and they won't fight back. They'll just run. And yet, you stand still long enough, and you have your back turned to them, they'll ram you. I don't know, maybe they don't like being ignored. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to show you about this update. Now, they added powdery snow already, but it wasn't natural in the world. Now it is. And this is what happens when you jump into it. You can actually get out of it and survive if you dig enough. Yeah, if you dig enough. Depends on how deep you are, and, you know, far down powdery snow goes. Okay, I guess this is normal snow I'm on now. And now I'm in powdery snow again. All it takes is one block. I think there's only one block under me. And I'm going to die. Froze to death. So that's the message you get when you die from freezing in powdered snow.